The situation in rural U.S. areas is escalating as wild hogs increasingly invade farmland, causing severe damage. Corn, soybean, and other essential crop fields are being destroyed, leaving farmers struggling to cope. In nearby regions where agriculture is the economic backbone, the estimated damage from wild hogs reaches $12 billion annually. Leave comment number 1 to join us in exploring today's hunt and learn about solutions to tackle this issue. It's estimated that around 500,000 wild hogs are causing significant damage to both rural and urban areas. Local authorities are struggling to control the hog population, but it's challenging due to their rapid reproduction and adaptable habitats, ranging from forest to farmlands and urban areas. These challenges call for more effective and sustainable control strategies to mitigate the damage caused by this invasive species. As the threat from wild hogs intensifies, communities have implemented various measures to control their population and limit their hiding spots. Specialized teams have been formed to monitor, trap, and manage the hog population. These traps are often placed in areas frequently visited by wild hogs. The traps typically measure 12 by 12 feet, large enough for hogs to easily enter and get caught. Made of sturdy steel mesh and designed with automatic gates that close once a hog enters, these traps ensure effective and safe control of this invasive species. This measure ensures greater safety for residents during trapping and relocation. With these foot traps, hunters don't need bait to attract wild hogs, as the traps are strategically placed in areas the hogs frequently visit. Only hunters with special permits are allowed to hunt wild hogs. To obtain a permit, hunters must undergo rigorous training lasting at least 8 months. Authorities in affected U.S. regions tightly regulate hunting permits and trap usage to ensure hunter safety from wild hog attacks. In many cases, hogs have escaped traps because hunters failed to check them after setting. If traps aren't securely anchored to the ground or the clamps aren't tight enough, hogs can easily break free during vigorous movement. Traps must be licensed and meet standards set by regulatory agencies to ensure effectiveness and compliance with safety regulations. Using traps improperly can lead to hunters having their hunting licenses revoked. Additionally, large steel cage traps are strategically placed across affected areas. These traps, designed to capture multiple wild hogs at once, have an effectiveness rate of up to 90%. In rural areas, hundreds of wild hogs have been managed through this method. Each trap can capture 4 to 6 hogs depending on the cage's size and structure, effectively controlling the population of this invasive species. Hunters must check traps regularly, ideally 10 to 20 hours after setting, to ensure humane hunting and quick trap reuse. The trapping season typically occurs in late fall and early winter, when wild hogs are more active in searching for food. Trapping during this period minimizes crop and property damage caused by hogs, while better controlling their population growth in residential areas, protecting communities and the surrounding environment. We gathered at the forest's edge. As soon as they were released, the hounds bolted, eagerly tracking the scent, seemingly more impatient than we were. When their barks echoed, we knew the prey had been spotted. Riley was assigned to hold position on a small ridge where the boar herd had been seen before. The dogs began driving the prey up from the base of the slope. As the barking grew louder, a shot rang out, striking the boar. It thrashed, refusing to give in, but only lasted 2 more minutes before lying still. The team spread out to widen the search area. I moved forward slowly, highly focused. Suddenly, a wild boar appeared right in front of me, just 3 meters away. Before it could react, it dropped from a precise shot. I hoped the next encounters would go as smoothly. The hound's barks echoed from deep in the forest. Without hesitation, I raised my rifle and fired decisively. The shot silenced the dogs for a moment, and the boar dropped at its hiding spot. After hours of hunting, the hounds still worked tirelessly. Thanks to them, we quickly spotted another target and took it down with clean shots. Wild boars, bloodthirsty beasts, destroy crops, attack livestock, threaten lives, and cause millions of dollars in damage each year. Hunting them from helicopters is the only way to track these elusive creatures through rugged terrain where humans can scarcely reach. In the sky, only skill, courage, and pinpoint accuracy determine who survives. Do we have what it takes to bring these monsters down from above? The helicopters roared into the sky, shattering the usual calm. Within minutes, the chaos on the ground came into sharp view. Plowed-up fields, ravaged land, and destruction everywhere. There, a herd of wild boars was gradually gathering near the edge of the field. The pilot immediately dropped the altitude, guiding the chopper low over the clear path, paving the way for us to begin the chase. The hunt was over and everyone was exhausted, but at least the upcoming harvest faced one less threat. Nestled in northern and northwestern Arkansas, the Ozark National Forest is renowned for its stunning landscapes and diverse ecosystem. However, it also serves as a perfect sanctuary for wild boar herds, ferocious animals multiplying beyond control. They devastate crops, destroy land, and pose a constant threat to surrounding residents. Inside the helicopter cabin, Leon gripped his rifle tightly, eyes locked onto the fleeing boars amidst the chaos. He steadied his breath, aimed swiftly, and pulled the trigger. Gunfire thundered across the field, bullets tearing through the air. The wild boars were fast, but Leon was relentless. He pursued them to the end, dropping each one with unwavering precision. My team quickly moved toward the open field. This time, I was in charge of taking down the wild boars. The pilot maneuvered the helicopter closer, giving me a clear shot. I gripped my rifle tightly and fired repeatedly. Gunshots rang out as the boars fell one by one. Out on a lush green field, the wild boars resumed their rampage. We quickly maneuvered the helicopter into position, ready for a powerful assault. The aircraft closed in, narrowing the distance to the targets, but the boars were cunning. They kept shifting directions, making it difficult to get a clean shot. However, our marksmen remained unfazed. They were used to dealing with such trickery. Working closely with the pilot, we closed in. Gunfire erupted in rapid bursts. Within minutes, the wild boars had fallen, putting an end to the destruction of the field. At another location, a herd of wild boars gathered below. As usual, we moved in closer, the roar of the rotors echoing across the sky. Panicked, the boars scattered, trying to escape, but we gave them no chance. Closing in fast, we opened fire. Short, decisive bursts of gunfire rang out. No hesitation. Within minutes, the boars lay motionless across the freshly harvested field. The helicopter veered in, narrowing the distance to give us a clear shot. Gunfire echoed through the sky. Wherever we flew, the only thing left behind were motionless boar carcasses. In Louisiana, where sprawling fields and vast swamps stretch out, we faced an unwelcome enemy, feral hogs. From the helicopter, we flew over the expansive plains. From above, we watched the panicked hogs scatter. Amid the noise of the rotors, we fired relentlessly, aiming at the pigs below. The open terrain made spotting targets easy. With nowhere to hide, the herd was quickly taken down. From our position in the aircraft, we detected signs of another herd of feral hogs, but they were hiding in the nearby woods, making it hard to see clearly. A plan was devised. The plane lowered its altitude, closed in, and stirred up chaos. After half an hour of patience, the hogs could no longer endure and bolted out. The result was as expected. A lightning-fast attack ensued, and we successfully took down the targets. However, in the chaos, a few wild boars managed to escape. We immediately gave chase. After pinpointing the herd's location, we were ready to strike. These boars were more cunning than we expected, dodging lethal shots and catching the team off guard. Still, we seized the opportunity and took down a few more. This hunting method is truly effective. It didn't take long to locate the targets. After an intense confrontation, a few wild boars escaped, breaking away from the herd and scattering in all directions. Seizing the opportunity, our team fought with full force. We aimed for the largest ones and pulled the trigger, one massive target. Aiming at its weak spot, I fired a decisive shot. After a loud bang, the boar had no chance of escape. Can we, the fearless hunters, muster the strength to bring down these monstrous beasts? The hunting team set out early, riding in a trusty pickup truck, accompanied by our pack of hounds heading straight for the vast fields of Arkansas. Upon arrival, the dogs immediately sprang into action, sniffing out the boars' trails. Meanwhile, we swiftly moved to our hiding spots, ready for the hunt to begin. In the afternoon, we moved to the nearby cornfield. The hunting dogs were released immediately to sniff out and track the wild boars. Their echoing barks made my heart race. I tried to stay calm and pulled the trigger the moment I saw a boar in front of me. In an instant, it went down, becoming a fresh feast for the dogs. Their barking continued to echo from deep within the cornfield. I had to push through the thick, sharp corn stalks to reach the source of the noise. My heart raced, tension rising as if the prey was right ahead. Suddenly, I caught a glimpse of a shadow. Without hesitation, I raised my gun and fired. The boar staggered but didn't fall. I moved closer and fired again. This time it collapsed completely. Chasing these wild boars left us exhausted, but nothing compares to the feeling of victory in our hands. After a few minutes of quietly surveying the terrain, our scope finally caught sight of a wild boar. It strolled leisurely, completely unaware it had entered our sights. Though the distance wasn't ideal, I decided to take a chance with a long-range shot. The rifle was ready, just waiting for the right moment. Fire. The gunshot echoed. The bullet struck its mark, knocking the boar off balance and sending it tumbling down the slope. But it wasn't down for good. Despite the shot, the hefty animal struggled to its feet. I fired a final shot to ensure it couldn't retaliate or pose any danger. Not long after, the agitated growls of the hunting dogs echoed through the forest, signaling something happening nearby. The noise came from a patch of thick bushes just ahead. I carefully moved forward, raised my gun, and a single clean, decisive shot brought the animal down instantly. The chase grew more intense as we crossed another mountain ridge. We encountered a massive herd of wild boars, their size alone enough to excite any hunter. Unable to miss the opportunity, we opened fire. However, the quick-footed boars scattered and darted into the underbrush. Only a few unlucky ones were brought down lying motionless on the forest floor. Everything happened in a flash, but that was enough to stop a threat in its tracks. As dusk fell, the last light of day faded behind the treetops. We had to act fast. Time was running out to track the remaining wild boars before darkness swallowed the forest. While scanning the bushes at the forest's edge, a massive boar suddenly charged from the thicket. Without hesitation, I aimed and pulled the trigger. After the resounding shot, the boar lay still, no chance of escape. These traps designed to capture multiple wild hogs at once have an effectiveness rate of up to 90%. In rural areas, hundreds of wild hogs have been managed through this method. Each trap can capture 4 to 6 hogs depending on the cage's size and structure. Wild boars breed rapidly, their numbers multiplying within months. When hungry, they descend to ravage crops and livestock pens. The boundary between wilderness and human settlements is now just an imaginary line on a map. Hunters must act to maintain the balance between humans and nature. But hunting wild boars is never easy. They're resilient, quick to retaliate, and ferocious enough to take the life of anyone who lets their guard down. We gathered at the forest's edge. As soon as they were released, the hounds bolted, eagerly tracking the scent, seemingly more impatient than we were. Hello, nature lovers. South Africa, a vibrant masterpiece of Africa with sprawling savanna grasslands and lush tropical forests, is home to 20,000 to 25,000 giraffes, the towering, majestic icons of this land. These gentle giants not only captivate visitors but also play a vital role in shaping the ecosystem. However, in some areas, their feeding habits unintentionally leave scars on the vegetation, threatening biodiversity and altering the natural landscape. Let's dive deeper into the role of giraffes in South Africa's ecosystem, the efforts to manage their population through controlled hunting and sustainable solutions to protect these magnificent creatures. Drop a comment with the number 1 to join the discussion, and don't forget to subscribe to stay updated with thrilling stories from the wild. Giraffes, nature's leaf-eating artists, boast an astonishing ability to consume vegetation. Each day, an adult giraffe can feast on up to 60 pounds of leaves, tender branches, and shrubs, playing a crucial role in shaping South Africa's savanna ecosystem. Thanks to their uniquely long necks, they effortlessly reach high canopies that other species can only dream of, ensuring a plentiful food supply. However, when too many giraffes gather in one area, their feast can turn into a nightmare for the vegetation, leading to overgrazing and severe damage. From the high cliff, a rustle shattered the silence. I immediately raised my rifle, eyes locked on the movement in the bushes. A dark shape emerged. I held my breath, waiting until half its body was exposed. I pulled the trigger. The first shot missed. The boar flinched, charging back into the thicket. I fired a second shot. This time it hit. The boar squealed, then vanished into the underbrush, to the sky, shattering the usual calm. Within minutes, the chaos on the ground came into sharp view. To address the ecological imbalance caused by giraffes, South Africa has implemented controlled hunting programs that are both sustainable and effective. Each year, approximately 120 giraffe hunting permits are issued primarily to international hunters from the US, Europe, and Canada. This activity not only regulates giraffe populations in overcrowded areas, but also generates millions of USD annually. The revenue is reinvested into wildlife conservation, habitat restoration, and support for communities near reserves, creating a meaningful cycle of sustainability. Another group of boars veered right. I reloaded, aimed carefully, and fired. The first shot missed, but the second didn't. The third boar dropped instantly. In this rugged terrain, binoculars are nearly indispensable for spotting targets hidden among bushes and slopes. Through the lens, I saw a boar weaving through the underbrush trying to escape. I kept pace, maintaining distance, waiting for the moment. As it slipped through a gap, I pulled the trigger. Missed. Not letting the chance slip, I fired. Regarding equipment, hunters need weapons suited for humanely taking down giraffes given their immense size and resilience. Large caliber rifles like the 3.75, H&H 458, Winchester Magnum or 416 Rigby are top choices trusted by 85 to 90% of hunters for their powerful impact and ability to ensure a lethal shot. However, about 10–15% of thrill-seeking hunters opt for bows with heavy broadhead arrows, specifically designed for big game, offering a challenging and intense experience. Accidents caused by baboons have become a serious issue in Silver Springs, Florida, with over 80 collisions between vehicles and baboons reported in 2023. Their presence on roads has caused injuries to motorists and led to traffic jams lasting hours. These incidents are believed to stem from a scarcity of natural food sources driving baboons into residential areas. Vehicles parked for rest are frequently attacked by baboons, raising significant concerns among the local community. Echoing across the sky. Panicked, the boars scattered trying to escape, but we gave them no chance. To address this issue, since 2018, Florida authorities have implemented a controversial measure controlling the baboon population through trapping and relocation. These activities are only permitted in designated suburban and rural areas around Silver Springs. After implementing trapping measures, the baboon population in the area decreased from approximately 400 to 200. This reduction has helped lower the risk of traffic accidents and improve public safety. Additionally, residents are encouraged to collaborate with local authorities to raise awareness about the dangers posed by baboons and how to respond when encountering them. Group hunting is a favored strategy in South Africa, with teams typically consisting of 2 to 4 members, each assigned a clear role spotting the target, shooting, or tracking after the shot. This seamless coordination boosts efficiency and minimizes risks. After the hunt, hunters must submit a detailed report to South Africa's Department of Environment, Forestry and Fisheries, documenting the number of animals hunted, the location, the condition of the animal, and any incidents. This data is crucial for monitoring, assessing impacts on giraffe populations, and guiding future management policies. While controlled hunting effectively balances giraffe populations, protecting this species, and South Africa's ecosystem calls for more sustainable approaches. A standout solution is restoring habitats by replanting native species like acacias or drought-resistant shrubs. Simultaneously, controlling invasive plants that threaten native flora will enhance vegetation quality, fostering long-term ecological balance. Bait plays a crucial role in controlling baboons. In Silver Springs, experts often use fruits like apples and bananas to attract them. Without bait, the ability to approach baboons decreases, making control efforts more challenging. Therefore, control teams focus on carefully selecting and preparing bait to increase the chances of success and ensure effectiveness in managing the baboon population. Can we, the fearless hunters, muster the strength to bring down these monstrous beasts? The hunt. Additionally, non-lethal population management methods are gaining momentum with remarkable potential. A standout initiative is the relocation of giraffes from overcrowded areas to regions with abundant vegetation, such as new reserves in Limpopo province. This process requires close collaboration among conservationists, veterinarians, and local communities to ensure absolute safety. Furthermore, modern technology like GPS tracking is revolutionizing monitoring efforts, providing valuable data on giraffe movements and feeding habits to enhance management strategies. We're thrilled to hear your thoughts. What do you think about balancing giraffe conservation with ecosystem protection? Can ecotourism and non-lethal methods fully replace controlled hunting? Share your ideas in the comments below. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like and follow for more wonders of the natural world. Thank you for joining us. Hey everyone! Monkey tourism in Gibraltar isn't just a trip, it's a thrilling encounter with wild nature. Every year, millions of visitors from around the globe flock here eager to meet these mischievous monkeys up close, fueling a billion-dollar industry. But behind the charm of these furry stars lies a surprising twist. As monkeys lose their natural fear of humans, they grow bold and unpredictable, turning peaceful streets into stages for unexpected chaos. What happens when the line between wild and civilized blurs? Drop a comment with the number 1 to join us in unraveling this wild tale. The use of bows and arrows alongside firearms for baboon control has sparked mixed opinions. Some communities oppose it due to concerns about environmental impact and humane treatment. The noise from firearms, though rare, can disturb other wildlife. Additionally, the risk of harming non-target species is a significant issue. As a result, some groups advocate for alternative solutions such as community education, environment. At the Rock of Gibraltar, monkey-related mischief has surged by 200% in the past year alone, with over 1,500 incidents of theft and vandalism reported, from shattered windows to pilfered belongings. The damage caused by these village wreckers has exceeded €400,000. Their troublesome presence is more than just a nuisance. It's shaking the local economy, driving down property values, and threatening the allure of the tourism industry. Tourists now wary of monkey thefts or even attacks are hesitating to visit Gibraltar, causing a sharp drop in tourism revenue, a vital lifeline for many locals. What was once a unique, captivating experience with these playful primates is now driving people away, leaving communities to bear the costly consequences of their unchecked antics. To tackle the increasingly bold monkey invasions, Gibraltar's authorities have launched a decisive plan to control the monkey population, protecting both residents and the local economy. Up to 30 licensed hunting teams have been deployed operating under strict regulations. Each team is offered a hefty €1,000 reward per monkey, captured a strong incentive attracting skilled hunters. What's your take on hunting monkeys with guns? If you support it, leave a comment with number 2. If you oppose it, choose number 5.
On darkness. Up.
However, to participate, hunters must undergo intensive training on monkey behavior, safety techniques, and wildlife management. They're permitted to use tranquilizer darts and humane traps, ensuring an effective yet non-lethal population control method that prioritizes safety and ethics. The hunters focus their efforts on hotspots like residential areas and popular tourist sites where monkeys have grown increasingly brazen. These efforts not only reduce human-monkey conflicts but also aim to restore ecological balance to the region. The hunting season is set from late fall to early spring when food scarcity drives monkeys deeper into human areas. Seasoned trackers follow their trails through footprints, rummaged trash cans, or broken branches. Get the camera ready, we're on the hunt. Hunters use advanced binoculars like the Vortex Razor HD, providing crystal clear visuals from a distance to spot monkeys without risky close encounters. To subdue them, hunters are trained to aim for the legs or torso, ensuring a swift and humane approach. These methods not only manage the monkey population but also safeguard both the community and these mischievous primates. Even so, hunting monkeys in Gibraltar is no easy feat, as these creatures are remarkably intelligent and live in tightly knit groups. They quickly adapt, often sensing when they're being watched and slipping away with cunning precision. At the Rock of Gibraltar, a team of hunters once shared that the monkeys learned to recognize their vehicles scattering the moment they appeared, rendering the task nearly impossible without sophisticated camouflage tactics. Their sharp wits, combined with agility and pack instincts, turn every hunt into a gripping battle of wits, requiring hunters to patiently lurk for hours to achieve success. Despite these challenges, monkey hunting has become a magnet, drawing both seasoned hunters and thrill seekers, boosting the local economy by nearly 25% as enthusiasts flood in. This initiative has also transformed monkey-plagued areas into hotspots for wildlife management, tourism generating valuable funds reinvested into the community. These revenues not only support conservation and animal control efforts but also upgrade infrastructure, bringing a better quality of life to local residents. Hunters use a soil auger to dig 2 holes each, approximately 10 inches square. One hole is for placing bait such as poultry meat, and the other is for setting the trap. The bait is placed in the first hole and covered with a thin layer of soil. The second hole is used to position the foot trap with the clamp head facing upward, ready to snap shut when a fox steps in. The trap is secured by anchoring one end deep into the